Yoda was actually a terrible leader, and the Jedi, when you think about it, are no different than any other religious cults, and that's ultimately why they failed. We have the show The Acolyte coming out on Disney Plus next week. I know some people have gotten to see the first 2 episodes. I wasn't one of the lucky ones, but I know the show is like kinda about the reformation of the dark side and the Sith, and it kind of got me thinking. A lot of the dogmatic rules that the Jedi have in place to so-called prevent the dark side and protect the people are the same rules that causes the dark side to flourish in the first place. Like, for example, one of the main rules of being a Jedi is you're not supposed to have relations, and I'm not even just talking about sexual, but just personal connections with other people, which is weird because Jedi are supposed to be for the people, but they can't connect with people. Imagine if Anakin was able to be open and honest about his relationship and his feelings for Padme. And plus, Jedi are human. Human beings have feelings and emotions and want to connect. We are social animals. So imagine if he was able to be open and honest about his feelings and relationship with Padme. So when he did have that prophetic vision of thinking that she was going to die, and he was able to go to Yoda or Obi-Wan or Mace Windu as opposed to having to keep it secret, and so then going and relying on Palpatine. Not only that, but think about where Anakin came from. He was a slave. His mother was a slave. The trauma of dealing with that. The fact that when he was discovered as a Force user, they didn't even allow his mother to come with him or even put her in some level of protective custody or get her away from that environment. She still had to remain a slave. And not only that, but Anakin needed a father figure. That's what Qui-Gon Jinn was. And remember, Obi-Wan didn't want him around. Obi-Wan saw him as a nuisance, and it was only because of the death of Qui-Gon Jinn that he decided to take Anakin on. Imagine if the Jedi put Anakin's mother in a much better living situation, that he didn't have to worry about her all the time, and Obi-Wan actually treated Anakin like somebody that needed love, because that was his first foray into the dark side. That's why I believe if the whole Jedi doctrine were to survive, they need to change their code and be more like the Gray Jedi, and I feel like the Gray Jedi are the more superior Jedi, and I think Qui-Gon Jinn is more of a Gray Jedi. I don't know how canon Gray Jedi are to the movies, but I knew in like the expanded universe, but the doctrine is true. There is no light without dark. Through passion, I gain focus. Through knowledge, I gain power. Through serenity, I gain strength. Through victory, I gain harmony. There is only the Force. Like the #1 doctrine of the Jedi, there is no emotion, there is peace. That's inherently flawed to try to say humans don't have emotions. You need to tamp down. Like, the Jedi are failures. And that's why I like in the expanded universe, which is no longer canon, when Luke Skywalker remade the Jedi Order, he allowed for them to have family. He allowed for them to make connections, to be of the people. And then, of course, the Jedi shouldn't be so intrinsically tied, having their actions aligned with the government. That was also another way that Palpatine was able to easily manipulate them, because that also opens them up severely to corruption as well. And clearly having a blind spot because they have to do what the government tells them to do, right? They're supposed to be the Force that checks everybody, which includes the government. But yeah, anyway, I'm excited about The Acolyte. Are you? And no, this video isn't sponsored, because I would have to tell you that in the captions, but I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm definitely going to review it. And with that, hopefully you made it to the end of this video. Do all the things over here to boost this video on the algorithm. And let me know what you thought about everything that I said. And if this is one of your first time checking out one of my videos, hopefully check out the other videos on my channel. If you like what you see, hit the follow button. And welcome to my safe haven.